presenting the schools in the College of Engineering and recognizing those earning degrees in the Graduate College. The School of Aerospace and Mechanical Engineering. The Bioengineering Program. The School of Chemical, Biological, and Materials Engineering. The School of Civil Engineering and Environmental Science. the School of Computer Science.
Check.
This summer is like the first time I get to take a cool trip. I get to go to
the School of Electrical and Computer Engineering. The General Engineering Program. The Engineering Physics Program. The School of Industrial and Systems Engineering.
Please be seated. As a member of the 2014 graduating class, and as a student representing both the Graduate College and the College of Engineering, It is an honor to be the first to officially welcome you to the Spring 2014 College of Engineering Convocation. On behalf of my fellow graduates, thank you all so much for being here to support your friends and family. Now it is my privilege to introduce the Dean of the College of Engineering, Dr. Thomas Landers.
Thank you, Christian, and let me just add a personal note. Having followed your career for the last few years, we give you best wishes for great success in your upcoming doctoral studies. Thank you. We hold Convocation each year to recognize you, our graduates. By your hard work, dedication, and talent, you have reached this milestone in preparation for life and a professional career. On behalf of the faculty and staff of the College of Engineering, I say that we are very proud to share in this celebratory moment with you. Our goal is for each of you to have a life-changing learning experience here at OU. I encourage you during this period of celebration to don't hesitate to cheer and applaud and be raucous when you feel like it. As we look forward to future opportunities and uncertainties, I'm sure of one thing, and I think you'll agree. There has never been a better time to be an engineer. There will be countless judgment calls in your career. Be smart and ethical. And when the really hard decisions are there, draw on your character, courage, leadership, and faith. We are thankful for the proud history and bright future built by those who have chosen to invest themselves as students, alumni, and friends. We honor their commitment. As you enter this next phase of life, whether embarking on an exciting career or pursuing advanced studies, our hopes and our best wishes go with you. We cherish the long-term connection with you through the College of Engineering and are committed to keeping you informed about your college through special events, our website, publications, and social media. Accordingly, we expect you to stay in touch with us and to promote OU Engineering after you graduate. We hope you share engineering experiences with younger students in the future and encourage friends and relatives to consider engineering as a career. I'll just make a side comment here about life choices. You are entering into an incredible career that will be professionally satisfying for you, but will also create prosperity and security for your family. So you have much to be grateful for. But it's a challenging world that you're entering, and I would remind you to be mindful of life balance. Yes, you should make your career a priority, but also you should have a balanced life of meaning and purpose and service as a citizen of the community. I will tell you that I have recently gone through a stage in my life where I've made significant changes in restructuring my life, downsizing significantly after 41 years of marriage, much accumulated possessions that can become a burden. I am very happy with the simple life that my wife and I enjoy now, and I would encourage you to keep your lives unencumbered as well. In your life of social media, and you as digital natives have so many ways of being informed and staying connected. But I would encourage you not to turn your back on the books. those that you have known through your life up to this academic experience. I personally recommend to you, as models of profession and leadership, biographies. I hope you'll be one who follows like I do and occasionally reads a great biography. I'll suggest two for your reading list, both by biographer Walter Isaacson. These are two of my very favorite books: the biography of Steve Jobs and the biography of Einstein. I think they'll give you insights to the science and the technology and innovation that underpin your education and on which you'll build your life. You've been blessed with the opportunity to learn from a talented faculty, and they're dedicated to encouraging, supporting, and monitoring students throughout their academic journey. They are your mentors, and they can be your mentors for the future. I know you join me in wishing them, I know they join me in wishing you a rewarding life filled with personal joys and professional successes. I encourage you to stay in touch with them. They can be valuable advisors and references as you progress through your careers. Likewise, they can be life coaches for a long time to come. Our outstanding staff professionals help you develop the kind of life and leadership skills that will serve you as practicing engineers. They are dedicated to the success of our student organizations, technical societies, leadership development programs, tutoring and mentoring initiatives, career exploration, academic advising, and student recruitment. But all of that centers on you, the student. I invite all faculty and staff of the College of Engineering to stand and be recognized. Occasionally, one of our faculty colleagues chooses to retire, and this is one of those poignant moments where Dr. Rick Mallinson, the C.M. Slipkovich Professor in the School of Chemical, Biological, and Materials Engineering, is retiring in August with over 30 years of service to this university. We want to thank him for his devoted service. Please help me thank him. Among the many awards that our faculty and staff have earned this year, I want to touch on a list of them, and recognizing that perhaps it is not complete, but nonetheless an indicator of the quality of our faculty and staff. Medina McGinnis, the Ann Corbett Student Service Award. Dr. Subgala Holly, Fellow, International Society for Energy, Environment, and Sustainability. Dr. Rui Yang, Fellow, member of the Optical Society. Dr. Jeff Harwell, Fellow of the National Academy of Inventors. Dr. Frederick Gentoff, Anadarko Presidential Professor. Dr. Robert Nairn, Sam K. Vierson Family Presidential Professor. Dr. Yang Hong, Regents Award for Superior Research and Creative Activity. Dr. Ki Ching, Williams Company Founding Presidential Professor. Dr. Randy Kolar, David Ross Boyd Professor. And Dr. Brian Grady, President's Distinguished Faculty Mentoring Program, Outstanding Mentor Award. All of you students can look to these faculty and staff that you've had an opportunity to share life for this 4 or 5 years. Please help me in thanking them. As you graduates walk across the stage today, you're becoming a part of OU Engineering's legacy. The college has come a long way since its humble beginnings in 1909, shortly after Oklahoma achieved statehood. Our engineering faculty, students, and graduates have compiled an impressive record of discovery, innovation, and leadership. This is indeed an exciting time in the College of Engineering, especially so as we see this impressive group of graduates who sit before us today. They are ready to apply the education and skills they have acquired to the complex and challenging world that is so in need of their talents and innovation. Please all join me in applauding the 2014 graduating class of the College of Engineering. Every engineering graduate's success has been encouraged by the emotional and financial support of family and friends. As we are celebrating Convocation on this weekend, we also celebrate Mother's Day. I ask every mother present to stand. And remain standing, because we want you to be joined by all family and friends who are present today to honor these graduates. Please stand. Within the College of Engineering, we are so fortunate to have a culturally diverse group that's brought by students from many different countries and cultures around the world. Engineering is a global profession, and whether you're from Oklahoma or Taiwan, you will be working on a global stage. And so we so appreciate the international character of our student body. At this time, we'd like to recognize all family members and friends who have traveled from outside the United States to be here today. I know the graduates join me in saying that we are truly thankful for your support in their pursuit of academic excellence. In 1990, the College of Engineering Board of Visitors established the Distinguished Graduate Society to recognize a select number of our prominent and distinguished graduates for their outstanding professional, technical, and civic contributions and achievements. And each year we honor the newly elected members of the society at the college convocation. Today, as we honor you, our graduates of the college, it's fitting to recognize our new Distinguished Graduate Society inductees with the highest honor the College of Engineering bestows on our graduates. They serve as role models for our graduates and have truly set a standard of excellence in their professional, civic, and personal lives. Some 20 or more years from now, some of you will be recognized in this way. I challenge you to aspire to that level of excellence, and we look forward to that day. They set a great example for you. Now, will Alan Armstrong please join me at the podium? Alan S. Armstrong graduated from OU in 1985 with a bachelor's degree in civil engineering. He is the President and Chief Executive Officer of Williams and the Chairman of the Board and CEO of Williams Partners, LP. During his long and notable career at Williams, he has held a number of positions of increasing responsibility within the company. Mr. Armstrong is a former chairman of the college's Board of Visitors, and I deeply appreciate the service and leadership that you gave during the recent term as I have needed your help as dean. And he continues to be very faithful in service on the board. Alan is a champion of community service and education, serving on the boards of directors of 7 organizations. Alan and Shelley have 4 children, Caitlin, Claire, Jarrett, and Gabriel. Will the Armstrong family and guests please stand so we may recognize you? Alan, please accept this plaque as a token of our appreciation for all that you have achieved and done for us. Thank you very much. Thank you. Will Anil Galahali please join me at the podium? Anil V. Galahali graduated from OU in 1997 with a bachelor's degree in chemical engineering. In 2000, he earned the Juris Doctorate at the University of Chicago School of Law. As OU Vice President and General Counsel, Mr. Galahali oversees the legal matters for all OU campuses, the Board of Regents, Cameron University, and Rogers State University. He regularly teaches and makes a major impact on the creation of our Office of Technology Development. He's been a recipient of multiple 40 Under 40 awards in Oklahoma City. Mr. Galahali lives in Norman with his wife Tanya and their children Sandia, Kalana, and Indira. Will the Galahali family and guests please stand so we may recognize you? Anil, please accept this plaque on behalf of the College of Engineering. Thank you. Will Charles Richard Dick Civils please join me at the podium? Dick Civils graduated from OU in 1957 with a bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering. He is president and CEO of Civils Incorporated and has been continuously employed with the company since 1959. Under his leadership, it has grown into a worldwide lease surface equipment supplier in the energy industry. He is also president of Control Equipment and Tektrol Incorporated. We talk a lot about entrepreneurship. You want to see an example? This is a man who's an entrepreneur. Mr. Civils is also a licensed professional engineer who has written more than 40 technical papers and has taught classes at multiple universities, including OU. He lives in Odessa, Texas with his wife, Laura Jo, and he has 2 children and 3 grandchildren. Will the Civils family and guests please stand so we may recognize you? Dick, please accept this plaque as our way of saying thank you for your leadership and for your support of OU Engineering.
Appreciate it.
Would any and all distinguished Graduate Society members present today stand to be recognized? Many of you students who, he's standing behind you, but General Jerry Holmes is the one who stood, and he has had such an imprint on so many of your lives. I know that you will stay in touch with him and continue to share your admiration with him. One more applause for Jerry Holmes. I should add that we have recently appointed him as faculty in residence of the ExxonMobil Lawrence G. Rawl Engineering Practice Facility, where he will continue to provide guidance and mentoring to you in your development as citizen leaders. I'd now like to introduce a Senior Associate Dean, Seaman Poulad, who will soon be leaving us, but it's by promotion to a great opportunity at the university level as Vice Provost of the University of Oklahoma. She will share with you some important information about the students in this class of 2014 and their college. Thank you.
Thank you, Dean Landers. Heartfelt congratulations to all of you, all the graduates. I know this is a special moment for you, one that I remember well, and one that you will remember for many months and years to come. Whether you contribute, you will be contributing to engineering better medicines, or making solar energy economical, or improving infrastructure, urban or cyber infrastructure, I know you have a bright future. You have accomplished, congratulations on your accomplishments, and this is your time to go out and shape up the world, so just go ahead and do it. Sounds like a Nike commercial, but. I'm very proud to say that more than half of this year's class is graduating with academic distinction or honors, and there are 12 of the BS graduates who will be receiving a perfect 4.0. We know how hard engineering is, so great job, everyone. Several of the students in the graduating class participated in regional competitions, and as you know, this college pays a lot of attention and gives support to experiential learning. So I'm going to briefly mention some of them. Last year, the Sooner Racing team won 5th place in design and 15th overall in a competition in Lincoln, Nebraska. The Chemie cars had successful runs at regionals, placing 5th and 7th. The electric go-kart received 1st overall in their competition. Concrete canoe team recently came in 2nd overall. In October, the Sooner rocket team received 1st place at their very first competition against the teams that had been competing for 20 years. CBME and ISE students finished in the top 3 in research paper competitions sponsored by AICE and IIE professional societies. A team of TCOM students won 1st place in the 2014 ITERA case study competition. We as the college community are proud of the talent and character displayed by the members of all the competition teams. They presented the University of Oklahoma and the College of Engineering well, so we thank them for that. Every year, each of our programs select outstanding seniors based on academic credentials and service to the profession and the community. It's my honor to also introduce our college's outstanding seniors for 2013 and 14. So as I call your name, please stand and let's hold our applause till I announce all the recipients. David Vreeland, Outstanding Senior for the College of Engineering and Les Zeitzer Honoree. Andrew Rangich, Aerospace Engineering. Elizabeth Attewell, Architectural Engineering. Lauren Gilbert, Chemical, Biological, and Materials Engineering. Dylan Smith, Civil Engineering. Tanner Blair, Computer Engineering. Joel Maupin, Computer Science. Patrick Kenworthy, Electrical Engineering. Chase Hennion, Engineering Physics. Casey Galvado, Environmental Science. Cameron Spriggs, Environmental Engineering. Cole Jackson, Industrial and Systems Engineering. Big Man on Campus, and Outstanding Greek Senior, Sigma Alpha Epsilon. Michael Petrie, Mechanical Engineering. Congratulations to all of you. You may be seated. There are other notable senior award winners, and I will introduce them. Please stand to be recognized, and let's hold our applause to the end again. Lynn Wen, CBME, University Outstanding Senior Woman. Bradley Purtle, ECE, Big Man on Campus, Les Zeitzer Honor Awardee, and former astronaut winner, scholarship winner. Julie Bach, ISE, PET 2013-2014, and Les Zeitzer honoree. I know they're in the audience. Jawanza Basu, J.R. Morris Campus Life Award. Congratulations to all of you. This outstanding class of graduates follows in the path of distinguished graduates in the past years. Our 25,000 alumni include over 800 corporate executives at the president and CEO levels, as well as many who have distinguished themselves as flag officers of the U.S. Armed Forces, astronauts, including Fred Hayes, Apollo 13, ambassadors, and useful investors and entrepreneurs, creating valuable technology for society and jobs for fellow citizens. Now it's my privilege to introduce Sarah Young, a graduating senior in the School of Industrial and Systems Engineering. Sarah is part of the Pride of Oklahoma as a member in the Color Guard. She is the recipient of the Material Handling Foundation's Honor Scholarship. She has served as president for Women in Technical Studies Sorority on Campus, Alpha Sigma Kappa. She has been a mentor on the Dean's Leadership Council. She interned for 3 years for OU Center for Creation of Economic Wealth. And she was also on the leading team to create startup business known as Park Avenue, I guess, for. Sarah will begin her career with ExxonMobil as a marketing analyst at Fairfax, Virginia. So she's going to offer a few reflections from a student perspective you all will be able to relate to. Please help me welcome Ms. Sarah Young.
Just yesterday, I found myself doing the dreaded chore once more of packing all my belongings by stuffing them into oddly shaped boxes and bags and really anything I could find, and then putting them all into those bags, carrying them down the stairs and out to the car. Now, as I was packing, of course, there were a few items identifying me as a college student. My stockpile of ramen noodles, the drawers of free Crimson t-shirts, and my most treasured items, my stacks of old notes and tests. And as I paged through them, I found this problem. If 0.2 moles of hydrogen gas occupies an inflexible container with a capacity of 45 milliliters and the temperature is raised from 25 degrees Celsius to 30 degrees Celsius, what is the change in pressure of the contained gas assuming ideal behavior? While the majority of the population may have no idea how to handle this problem, much less know what is going on, we, as engineers here at the University of Oklahoma, have done this many times before, and more. Congratulations, class of 2014. It is extremely exciting to have reached such a great milestone in our lives. Before me, I see a room full of talent and promise, and I'm honored to be sitting among you. And as a fellow classmate, I know just how diligently we have all worked to obtain our respective degrees. But the paths we have each taken to achieve this milestone today have certainly not been easy. I have never heard someone choose to major in engineering because it was simple, painless, or straightforward. We all chose engineering because it was worth it. Do you remember the 8-hour lab you spent synthesizing and purifying sodium benzoate for OChem? The all-nighter spent in the REPF just last week as you tried to understand exactly why the problem called for a C chart instead of an RP or U chart? How about the early mornings in Devon as you wrote the dual linear programming problem equivalent of maximization from Tableau inspection, and all by hand? We all chose engineering because it means something to us. And while our degrees may represent the number of hours we have each spent sitting in a classroom, I would like to take a moment and reflect on the part of our degree that many people don't always consider, yet has great significance for us all. Teamwork. The College of Engineering is a family. I may not know every individual in here specifically today, but I know that we share the same goals, the same ideals, and the friendships we have formed and the bonds we have made extend far beyond the walls here. Our college has over 60 student organizations, which is the greatest number from any college on campus and is a testament to all our strong involvement. This year, we celebrated the college's 101st E-Week, and E-Club, the host of E-Week, and the university's single largest club on campus, raised the largest donation sum to date this year. This was also the inaugural year of Software Studio, an innovative space housed in the college to provide students with facilities and technology to pursue their own personal projects outside of the classroom. The Sooner Engineering Entrepreneurs Club is working on commercializing an early-stage cancer detection technology that can determine the presence and size of a tumor down to the millimeter based on the chemicals present in a person's breath. And Sooners Without Borders, hosted in the college, spent Thanksgiving this year working to provide a clean water solution for a village in El Salvador. It is these experiences at OU and more that have brought us all together and shaped us into the men and women we are today. We are passionate about what we're doing. The hundreds of hours we have spent studying, deriving formulas, writing papers, programming, and working in labs, we did it all to prepare us for this future. A future that is extremely hopeful, but also a future that depends on engineers. As engineers, we can take abstract knowledge, apply it, and provide feasible solutions to solve real-world problems. We all approach problems differently, and often our solutions differ. But it's our unique approach to problems that make us so heavily sought after. We have the ability to turn an idea into a reality. And now, with a degree in hand, we have the duty to take this knowledge and share it. Of course, we couldn't have made it through this time alone. And on behalf of the class of 2014, I would like to extend my sincerest gratitude to our faculty, staff, friends, and family. Many of you were able to make it here today, and it certainly means a lot to us to share this special time with you. When we were afraid that we failed our first test, it was you, Mom, that was the one who talked us through it. And when we couldn't find where in the world Willoughby Lounge was located for E-Club's meeting, it was you, my colleagues, who walked with me to that meeting. And when we had questions about 38 of the assigned 40 homework problems, it was you, our professors, who spent the majority of your afternoon answering every single question we had. While we may never be able to truly repay you for the great investment you have put into each of us individually, please know that collectively we are forever appreciative of you, and we will all aspire to pay it forward. Class, our time is coming to an end here. As we walk across the stage and take our degrees in hand today, many of us will not be back to this campus for quite some time. We will all miss and treasure the walks down the South Oval or the chants of Boomer Sooner on game days. But hey, at least we won't have to wait for the trains to cross anymore. OU is certainly nothing short of beautiful. The lush grass, the tall trees, the ever-blooming flowers, these are all trademarks of this place. But it is more than the physical place that makes our university what it is. Sitting here today, I can feel the strength of the friendships in this room. Most of us have spent the greater part of the past 4 years of our lives together as we went to class, formed study groups, attended club meetings, started part-time jobs, went on spring break trips, and even the ultimate test of friendship, lived with one another. We may have had our fights over taking out the trash or how loud the music was playing, but there isn't anyone I would have rather watching out for me than my friends. We have studied, laughed, and even cried together. Our bonds are strong, and we know that. While we soon may find ourselves to be miles apart, or in some cases, just a few cubicles away, our crimson and cream ties will keep us together. As Dean Lander said in his opening remarks, there has never been a better time to be an engineer. Our world is changing rapidly, and it needs us now more than ever. And we are now ready to meet this need. We are ready to face those challenges, and we, as a Sooner Nation, are ready to show everyone just how much we can do. Congratulations, class of 2014. We are ready to take the next step.
Thank you, Sarah, for your words of inspiration, appreciation, and reflection. Great job. Before our graduates come across the stage to be recognized, would like you to note that the distinction of the ceremonial regalia, which underscores our students' accomplishments. Please note that the crimson hoods are worn by students earning bachelor's degrees who are graduating with honors as members of Honors College. These student diplomas will show the distinction of cum laude, magna cum laude, or summa cum laude. Will those students in Honors College please stand? Thank you. The gold hoods are worn by our students receiving bachelor's degrees who have achieved a grade point average of 3.4 or higher. These students' diplomas will identify those graduating with distinction or with special distinction. The students with a 4.0 grade point average were awarded a medallion at a special ceremony with President Boren. Will graduates with distinction, special distinction, and perfect GPAs please stand to be recognized? Thank you. As Dean Landers and our graduates make their way to the stage, I'd like to tell you about a special piece of artwork for our newest College of Engineering alumni. Each graduate will receive a small memento of this occasion, a pen and ink print of the engineering courtyard, depicting historic Felger Hall and the engineering fountain, which was donated by our very own Jim and Jerry Henderson. This print was produced under commission to Rick Fry, a Norman artist, and it is inside the diploma cover that you will be given as you walk across the stage. In addition to the artwork, each graduate will receive a College of Engineering Shield lapel pin. This shield has 4 icons, a 3-leaf clover, Felger Hall, Carson Engineering Center, and Old Trustee. Wear this with pride. Each PhD candidate will be hooded by the faculty advisor or school director. We will now present the University of Oklahoma College of Engineering class of 2013-2014. Dr. Joseph Havlicek, Williams Presidential Professor of Electrical and Computer Engineering, will produce the graduates.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Cengiz Altan will now join with Dean Landers in congratulating the degree recipients in aerospace and mechanical engineering. Andrew Rangich, magna cum laude, distinction. Michael Petrie, summa cum laude. Brandon Booz, summa cum laude, 4.0. Christopher James Foster, summa cum laude. Kyle Patrick O'Connor, summa cum laude. Benjamin Loba, summa cum laude. Erin Elizabeth Hillis, summa cum laude. Jeremy Smith, cum laude. Barrett Percy, magna cum laude with honors. Sergio Zagara Cabello, special distinction. Priscita Anderson with special distinction. Edward Johnson with distinction. Andrew Miller with distinction. Ethan Van Meters with special distinction. Chandler Edson with distinction. Alexander Toman. Randall Dowdy with distinction. Christopher Cavio with distinction. Blake Holland with distinction. Aubrey Willis with distinction. Joseph Lee Kidwell III. Stephen Nathan Brunk, 4.0. Nathan Shepard with special distinction. Matthew Osterley with distinction. Keegan Leckness with distinction. Preston Woods with distinction. Alan Tompkins with special distinction. Joseph Martin with distinction. Frazier. Alec Frazier with distinction. Julian Elder with distinction. Keith Hoza with special distinction. Scott Bransford. Chelsea Galliart. Sean Bradford. Matthew Cohagan. Kyle Berry. Michael Manigold. Timothy Cisney. Kyle Chansey. Wade Shepard. Yicheng Zhang. Forrest Nell. Eric Pyle. Eli Natividad. Millie Bigler. Bradley Mallinson. Cody Huckabee. Brandon Kolar. Philip Baker. Gavin Starr. Michael Demas. Christopher Ray Stevens. Elena Maley. Weston Hamrick. Kevin Howell. Edward Poole. Kyle Jackson. Matthew Powers. Mark Olima with distinction. Robin Birch. Lane Todd. Jack Curley. Daniel Sawyer. Thomas Holland. Trevor Austin. Jawanza Basu. Stephanie Andrade. Elizabeth Andrew. Waylon Scheller. Greg Barber. Justin Hinsdale. Ibrahim Alali. Abraham Leonco. Shane Lloyd. Wesley Thomas, Master of Science. Young Ho Kang, Master of Science. Dustin Baker, Master of Science. Christopher Erickson, Master of Science. Jared Wilson, Master of Science. John Harrison, Master of Science. Matthew Dwayne Smeltzer, Master of Science. Daniel Cabrera Mora, Master of Science. Christopher Valentes, Master of Science. Moeen Farmahini Farahani, Doctor of Philosophy. Junfeng Liang, Doctor of Philosophy. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, Dr. Roger Harrison will join Dean Landers in congratulating the degree recipients in bioengineering. Alexander Uzel, Master of Science. Matilda Mushirud, Master of Science. Jiying Guan, Doctor of Philosophy. Neil Marquardt, Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Lance Lobbin at this time will join Dean Landers in congratulating the degree recipients in chemical, biological, and materials engineering. Lauren Gilbert, summa cum laude. Alexander Area, summa cum laude 4.0. Kelly Hickey, summa cum laude 4.0. Brian Lee, summa cum laude 4.0. Hitesh Patel, summa cum laude 4.0. Lauren Bird, magna cum laude with distinction. Sean McCullum, summa cum laude. Carissa Ann Miles, cum laude with distinction. Tiffany Chang, magna cum laude with distinction. Andrew Middleton, cum laude. Alexander Long, magna cum laude. Elizabeth Huggins, magna cum laude with distinction. Abby Rubenstein, special distinction. Daniel Hauk, with special distinction. Alyssa Streben, with distinction. Michelle Joyce, with distinction. Nicholas Ludke, with distinction. Hai Vu, with distinction. Wade Spear, with distinction. Cao Trong, with special distinction. Joshua Sutter, with distinction. Michael Warren, with special distinction. John Cruddy, with special distinction. Dylan Kang, with special distinction. Adrian Peterson, first round draft pick. Timothy Coffey. Devlin Levitt. Lisa Morando. Brianna Pitts. Clint Shepard. Michael McCormick. Matthew Keppick. Andrew Young. William Quendy. Con Ho. Daniel Agassett. Stephen Strub. Trisha Heitman. Micah Lankford. Devin Wigman. Michelle Lamb. Christy Matthew. Kayla Hill. Jacob Overton. Ethan Hinderleiter. Mackenzie Carter. Carissa Johnson. Charles Ajebu. Nikhil Koganti. Tyler Stenstrom. Tony Harden. Jeffrey Lamprecht. Christopher Sham Jennings. Zibay Zaka. Zachary Hensley, Master of Science. Gok Pham, Doctor of Philosophy. An Tae To, Doctor of Philosophy. Tu Pham, Doctor of Philosophy. Lei Nier, Doctor of Philosophy. Miguel Gonzalez Borja, Doctor of Philosophy. At this time, Dr. Randall Kolar will join Dean Landers in congratulating the degree recipients in the School of Civil Engineering and Environmental Science. Cameron Spriggs. Casey Givaldo with distinction. Dylan Smith, summa cum laude, special distinction. Corey Workman, summa cum laude with special distinction. Brittany Craner with special distinction. Samuel Sherry with distinction. Stephen Collins with distinction. Catherine Go with special distinction. Brian Jack with special distinction. Eric Thornton, cum laude, with distinction. That was Aaron Thornton, not Eric, Aaron Thornton. Brad Murray with distinction. Bryce Perkins with special distinction. Michael Wen. September Pennington. Kristen Rice. Derek Garcia. Brandy Bruins. Cody Wallace. Stephanie Johnson. Sean Price. Kenrick Piercy. Teresa No with special distinction. Grant Schmitz with distinction. Jonathan Dickey. Jake Tillman. Muhammad Ali Ilyasji. Daniel Mageza. Clinton Bryant. Saba El Azawi. Seth Gillum. Jeremiah Lee with special distinction. Kyle Frost. Christopher Brummett. Daniel Rhodes. Matthew Hawkins with distinction. Danny Williamson. Muntanga Muyila. Henry Jeremy. Matthew Buck. Virginia Melton. Wesley Bacon. Felix Solis. Matthew Steenson. Brett Zagas. Emily Dunlop. Brandon Fanning. Jarrett Fowler. Philip Lewis. Arthur Wendling, Master of Science. Michael Hendrick, Master of Science. Gerardo Quinones, Master of Science. Katie Brown, Master of Science. Jesse Burtis, Master of Science. Amanda Ehlert, Master of Science. Alan Dennis, Master of Science. Kevin Gohagan, Master of Science. Eddie Heck, Master of Science. Mariam Varsi, Master of Science. Deboroti Ghosh, Master of Science. Brendan Furno, Master of Science. Jessica Brumley, Doctor of Philosophy. Rusby Gabchi, Doctor of Philosophy. Chodchanok Atapong, Doctor of Philosophy. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Sridhar Radhakrishnan will now join with Dean Landers in congratulating the degree recipients from the School of Computer Science. Joel Maupin with special distinction. Jared Kristen, summa cum laude, with special distinction. John Johnson, summa cum laude, with special distinction. Christopher Kramer, summa cum laude, with special distinction. Elizabeth Craig, special distinction. Tyler Combs, with special distinction. Charles Eberhardt with distinction. Colton Hurt with distinction. Temitupi Oladipo with distinction. Ryan Phillips with distinction. Ryan Sparks with distinction. Daniel Hine. Ryan Keel. Jacob Kofed. Thomas Lindley. Andrew Ligon. Christopher Nail. Isaac Sung. Robert Wenrich. Jerry Wong Sik Hong. Paul Wright. Chris Fenner, Master of Science. Suraj Ganarapu, Master of Science. Joel Reddy Koduru, Master of Science. Sai Krishna Kurapati, Master of Science. Thibaut Lucidarum, Master of Science. Sri Devi Muthakumar, Master of Science. Nikhil Nandaram, Master of Science. Divya Teja, Master of Science. Egawati Panji, Master of Science. Matthew Bodenhamer, Doctor of Philosophy. Amlan Chatterjee, Doctor of Philosophy. Rafal Jabrzensky, Doctor of Philosophy. Jayalakshmi Chandrika Satyavolu, Doctor of Philosophy. Konkur Hassan, Doctor of Philosophy. Jin Ching Zhuang, Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. James J. Sluss, Jr. will now join Dean Landers in congratulating the degree recipients from the School of Electrical and Computer Engineering. Patrick Kenworthy, summa cum laude with special distinction. Tanner Blair with distinction. David Davis III, summa cum laude, 4.0. Ryan Yuen Yongwatana, summa cum laude with special distinction. Nick Lichtmeyer, summa cum laude with special distinction. David Vreeland, summa cum laude, 4.0. Tony Duong with special distinction. Mitchell Milligan with special distinction. Paul Winifred with special distinction. James D. Allred, Jr. with special distinction. Sepper Malakuti with distinction. Katie Howe with distinction. Nicholas Welch with distinction. Sean Swatek with distinction. Logan Klein. Zachary Eugene Green Phillips. Daniel Charrier. Richard Lopez. Mason Hensley. Phil Gaynor. Elena M. Lopez. Jason Garner. Logan Case. John Owens. Dylan Roselle. Jeff Massey. Alex Lamphere with distinction. James Moffett with distinction. Jordan Aycock. Kyle Reshley, cum laude. Joshua Smart. Sue Lore. Christian Andrew Robertson Bayless, Master of Science. Sergio Mendez Aceros, Master of Science. Kevin Wyndham, Master of Science. David White, Master of Science. Ton Vera, Master of Science. Jeremy Shannon, Master of Science. You're not Austin Sanders. Austin Sanders, Master of Science. Ekasit Vorakatolan, Doctor of Philosophy. Yuchen Ku, Doctor of Philosophy. Ladies and gentlemen, Dean Seaman Poulat will now join with Dean Landers to congratulate the degree recipient in General Engineering. Richard Pendergraft, Doctor of Philosophy. Now at this time, Dr. Michael Santos will join Dean Landers to congratulate the degree recipients in engineering physics. Rachel Rogers. Kendall Harper. And now Dr. Randa Shehab will join Dean Landers to congratulate the degree recipients from the School of Industrial and Systems Engineering. Cole Jackson, summa cum laude, special distinction. Cody Wilson, 4.0. Molly Floyd, summa cum laude with special distinction. Leslie Goodwin, summa cum laude with special distinction. Julie S. Bach with special distinction. Zoe Annalise Kimpel with distinction. Kaylee Holland with special distinction. Ivan Calderoni with distinction. Amy Gustafson with distinction. John Wenrich with distinction. Sarah Young with special distinction. Nathan McSpadden Smith. Lauren Elizabeth Haney. Matthew Stewart. Andrew Stewart. Casey Carlisle with distinction. Caitlin Nelson. Jeff Richardson. Kevin Dalian Payne. Van Wen. Matthew Nematello. Stephen Land. Dakota Sainer. Aria Simon. Misha Acosta. Janice Catherine Scarlett Rubin. Sarah Barnes. Anna Masters. Joshua Stanley. Dontario Liggins. Ana Santiago. Raymond Pinnock. Bernard Gadsden. Kanisha Overton. Peter Brunette. Craig Martin. Derek Myers. Carl Walkup, magna cum laude with special distinction. Carrie Quark with distinction. Caitlin Brandon, magna cum laude with distinction. Lindsay Burke with distinction. Fawad Benani, Master of Science. Robert Schaefer, Master of Science. James Wickersham, Master of Science. Robert Haig, Master of Science. Hussein Al-Mazni, Master of Science. Deepak Rajendran, Master of Science. Vivid Vijay, Master of Science. Arun Kishore Krishnasamy, Master of Science. Abisu Wulega, Doctor of Philosophy.
Ladies and gentlemen, your graduates of 2014. Woo! Yeah. Woo! The Loyal Knights of Old Trusty is a society organized in 1920 by a group of World War I veteran engineering students whose aim was to provide service and maintain the traditions, spirit, and values of this college and this university. An LKOT active member is addressed only by number rather than name as a reminder that LKOT service is selfless. LKOT members serve largely behind the scenes, contributing their time and energies to help the many Engineers Club and other college activities become successes. This February, our Engineers Club and LKOT observed the 101st anniversary of OU Engineers Week. I know these dedicated student organizations join me in welcoming you back for special alumni events that will be planned during E-Week. In tribute and honor of 2014 graduates, LKOT will now fire its cannon, Old Trusty. I'm not sure that you'll hear it, but you may need to reset your car alarms. All of the above. Now it's my pleasure to introduce David Vreeland, our outstanding senior, who will lead us in singing the OU chant.
Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you very much, Dean Landers, and an extra special thank you to Old Trusty. You'll find the words to the OU chant printed on the back cover of your program. Please stand, as we have. Raise your right index finger and join us in singing.
Strong, join, pardon.
As Dean of the College of Engineering, I acknowledge you as recipients of doctorate, master's, and baccalaureate degrees with all the rights and responsibilities pertaining thereto. If you have not already done so, it is appropriate this time to move your tassel from the right to the left, symbolizing this, of course, signifies that you've achieved the honored status of OU graduate. Give yourself another hearty shout of victory and congratulatory applause. This concludes the College of Engineering Convocation ceremonies. Please join us for a reception immediately following. The School of Aerospace and Mechanical Engineering will hold a reception in Legacy Court, which is at floor level. All other schools will be located in the Chesapeake Courtside Club, which is on the upper level. And I know there's probably another group coming in after us immediately, so we shall vacate as soon as possible. Please remain as the faculty and graduates recess.